Hi guys, White Witch 110 here. I'm going to read the final installment of Vision of Grandeur, and I hope you enjoy it. I am working on another one I started this afternoon, so you won't be hearing that for a few days yet. It's a decent evening here in Ottawa, and I came out of the pool about a half an hour ago. Very relaxing. Okay, here we go. It took moments for them to regain their composure. What happened? Ruth asked, getting to her feet. I don't know. We were so close to climbing out of this hellhole. Cornelia answered. Together, they moved forward, feeling for the wall of earth. Ruth's hand was the first to touch a smooth, cool surface. As she followed it, a sick realization came to her. The obstacle narrowed the further up her hand went. There was a slimy coating on the surface. The smell it emitted was the source of the pungent odor. At the top of the form, Ruth pricked her finger. It was sharp. She gulped and whispered, Corey, I think this is a tooth in front of me. Her voice wavered. A what? A tooth. She took hold of her friend's hand for her to feel it. Cornelia pulled her hand away. Ruth was correct. Where the hell are we? Cornelia, close to tears, barely able to whisper. I have no idea. Are we done for this time? Is this it? Ruth inquired. A gust of hot air knocked both women down. The ground below them began to undulate. In seconds, their eyes opened. Each found themselves on the floors of their rooms. These dreams had escalated beyond anyone's normal imagination. Neither of them spoke a word of it. Exchanged looks said it all. Cornelia, we have to get out of here before this house kills us. From somewhere within the structure, a maniacal laugh came, akin to a hearty laugh from the belly. Just try, Ruth. Just try and leave. It won't last. You'll be back. She can't leave. The laughing continued. I own you now. The both of you. It told her. Color drained from their faces. What a fate this had been. Would this be the eternity they faced? It couldn't be happening. It wouldn't matter where they were, the house would pull them back. Would it matter if we didn't dream? Cornelia thought out loud in a panic. No, I'm always near, my tasty dear, the voice said from within the room. Then show yourself to us, Ruth demanded in a moment of strength. You owe us at least that. There was a brilliant flash of light, then all went dark. An explosion, Cornelia shouted. No, he's trying to scare us. Nothing is going to happen. But Ruth's voice wasn't convincing. The voice was gone. The lighting returned to normal. Cornelia, we have to leave. Ruth was as serious as she had ever been in her life. We can burn it down, Ruth suggested. No, it will only release it. We can demolish the house. No, that will only release it. We need to seal the house, Cornelia explained. That is the only way. It has to be sealed so no one can enter. Plywood? Any urban explorer could enter easily. It would be no use and a waste of good money. Ruth was not having this solution. We've both seen the videos of steel plates being used. That's too expensive. Ruth was shocked she would even suggest such a thing. I can't afford it. No, I can afford it. The uncomfortable truth was at hand. How? I have the money. Cornelia admitted. Ruth laughed. Where, on a tree out back? No, in my savings account. I've been putting money aside since my first job. Ruth flew into a rage. And how much do you have? Cornelia turned her eyes to the floor. Enough to buy this house twice? Her cheeks flushed. So many words were forming. Why didn't you tell me this before I moved in? I was under the impression you needed help. Ruth threw out a chair from the kitchen table and threw herself down in it. I didn't think I had to. The money I've been saving was to upgrade this place, to make it what I've dreamed of. Cornelia's smile was short-lived. You've allowed me to go through hell each night all this time, knowing you can afford this place on your own. How could you be so selfish? I thought you wanted to move in. No one had you chained to this house. You could have left. The resentment was noticeable in her voice. Don't put this on me. I've stayed because I'm your friend. Best friend, I thought. I can't believe this. There they sat in dead silence. The ticking of the wall clock sounded like rush hour traffic. Ruth got up violently, pushing the chair in. She stomped out of the room. There was no going back from this point. Best thing to do was to get this horrible situation over with. Night took over the sky. The women accepted the fate. The kitchen lights flashing. They stood in the kitchen, lights flashing, and a heat from below growing. Words they hadn't said aloud filled the atmosphere at a terrible pace. You only ever thought of yourself. You've never taken others into consideration, Ruth began. Me? You're the one that always walked around like you owned the neighborhood. Always thought you were better. Well, I have news for you. You're not, Cornelia shouted. You had plenty of chances to change your future. You could have been long gone from this hellhole. It's never been that way for me until you came. The words cut Ruth like a knife. Just as she was to reply, the floor beneath them moaned. Shock registered on their faces at the same time. The oak boards began to give way. Flames licked through the tiniest space between the boards. One took on the shape of a hand that grabbed hold of Cornelia's pant leg. In seconds, the material ignited. Ruth rushed towards her, pushed her to the ground, forcing her friend to roll across the floor to the living room. Oh my God, I never meant for that to happen. Please, believe me. As mad as I am, I would never wish that on you, Ruth said in a panic, trusting her words were accepted. She helped Cornelia to her feet. There were no scorch marks on her clothes. They were stunned. The floor beneath their feet gradually disappeared. There was no place to jump for safety. The maniacal laughter began and grew to an ear-piercing crescendo. The women folded into fetal positions on what was remaining of the floorboards. Both screamed for this nightmare to be over. The house was silent. The shaking of antique brick in shades of rusty red came to a halt. The old stairs suspended their creaking. Even the oversized clock on the wall stopped its ticking of the seconds. It was too quiet. Eyes opened, it was morning. The sun shone on them. Another night over with. Let's get this done. I can't take this anymore, Ruth said. Arrangements were made. We can't take anything with us, Ruth. It all has to stay here. We're not taking any chances. Ruth understood and agreed. Nothing but them could leave the house. The 2-story Victorian was sealed window by window. Are you ladies sure you don't even want photos brought out? As much as it pained both, their response was definitely no. They stood at the entrance to the walkway as the final window was permanently sealed. Excuse me, Ruth tapped the gentleman on his shoulder. You missed a window. She pointed to the pinnacle of the roof. There's no access to that window. We searched for one, so I don't believe it's an issue. No explorer will get up there. The gentleman replied with a chuckle, then walked away. Mo is in the window, Cornelia shouted. She recognized her furry, gray-colored friend, those cute, beady eyes, and twitchy, tiny nose. Her heart sank watching him in the window. Was he in a panic, being left behind? Don't worry, he'll get out the same way he got in. Ruth could see the mouse almost waving at them. Suddenly, she felt sick to her stomach. Was he saying goodbye? Or was he motioning for help? There's nothing we could do now. Anyways. The doors are sealed. Ruth turned her head to commiserate with her longtime friend. She was gone. Oh my God, where did she go? She can't get in now, Ruth said in frustration. Lifting her eyes to the window at the top, she let out a scream. Cornelia! Standing in the window, waving, was indeed her friend. There was a smile upon her face. Beside her, a figure began to form. No, it can't be. Ruth was hysterical. Jason Brew? How can this be? His smile was as wide as Cornelia's. Cradled in her arms was Mo, the mouse who began to transform into a child. Ruth fell to her knees and cried. Everything she ever cared for was literally in that horrible house. There was no rescue to be done. The house and its demon made its choice. It got what it had been working for. That is the end of Vision of Grandeur. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope the ending was something that you didn't expect. As you can see, it's gotten darker. My lights have come on. We're going to do their Twinkle Twinkle now. The only light that's still going is my little elf guy. This one doesn't take too much. Oh no, it's still on. Sorry, it looks better on. It looks brighter on the phone. That's really strange how it does that. So, I'm not going to tell you anything about the new one because I'm not even sure where it's going to go. And there's that corner there. Oh, it looks so much lighter. I've got to, wow, I can't get over how light it is. I've got to take that down, but zip that all down, get it ready, put my lounge that I'm sitting on over in front of there to make sure that if we get a bad wind that nothing happens. Just the ledge. Yes, I kept the pinwheels. It's supposed to be keeping the pigeons off of here. So, I'll likely go inside and work on the story. Don't think it's late, so I don't think I'll be doing my diamond painting this evening. I'm also going to attach to the end of here for you to see the pool and a little bit of our basement, I guess you would call it. They must be having a baseball game down there. The lights are on. So, my lovelies, until the next time, always. Ouch. No, not ouch. As always. Ciao for now. Okay, guys, I'm on my way down to our pool. This is our new look. It's the black, what do you call it? It's black baseboard. Actually makes the place look bigger. They put stuff on our door again. For the holes, the same thing with our neighbor. So we're on our way down to the pool. I'm wearing my Timu bathing suit. No, I'm not going to show you. Yeah. Gotten used to it. I may not talk in the elevator. Depends. Okay. No, I want E2. Okay. I told my friend I'm on the way down. So I don't know if she's already down there or what. Could have stopped at the 3rd and seen, but I didn't. Have to see all the keys I got. Okay. Here. That used to be upstairs. Washroom here. We have the laundry. This is the laundry room. This is where we get the stuff from. Let's see, there's a shower caddy. That's from the dollar store. Clorox. Ooh, that's pretty, but I don't need one. And a shower thing. Old phone. This used to not be a wall, but it is now for stuff only. Our exercise room. No dogs beyond this point. That goes into a room for the pool. That's heavy. Men's. Tells you the hours. There. That's the party room. Again, not special room to have. This is the other end of the laundry room. And this way, bulletin board, the dryers, big washers, that's what we use. No. I said I don't know if she's here. Which key? Okay, I'll try this one. There. Oh, shit. There's people here. Damn. I don't like it when there's people here. I'll have to shut you off until they leave. Okay, guys, now I can give you the picture. This is our pool here. I couldn't show you before because there were people in here, but now I can show you. They resurfaced it. Water wasn't too bad. This is my friend Donna. She's like, what's she doing? And then that's like a little courtyard you can go to. And up there is where the party room is. There you go.